On my wrist is the Tudor Blackbay 58 in blue, and I just added it to my watch collection. And there's a few reasons why I think this watch is still amazing, even in 2024. So the Tudor Blackbay 58, clearly I believe it does hold up pretty well in 2024, as I did add the watch to my collection. I remember when this watch came out, it was around 2020 over COVID, and it was always a watch I was interested in. I always really liked to look at it, and or the look of it, I should say. I just thought like a blue sports watch looked really nice, and it is a vintage inspired diver. I mean, everyone pretty much knows that, but I thought the blue in particular was a little more of a modern take on the vintage look. Of course, this watch does have similarities to some vintage Rolex Submariners. It looks, vaguely similar, especially the black version with the gilded indices. It really looks like those old Submariners. So, that might be a plus or a negative to you, but for me, when that came out, I was like, man, that's great. But it was like $4,000, I think, right around $4,000. Definitely out of my price range when it came out. I just was not sure about that. I knew it was something I would have to save up for a really long time. But I loved it. I thought, man, you're getting that great brand of Tudor. You're getting amazing movement. You're getting amazing looks. What is not to like about it? And here we are, how many years later? Does this watch still hold up? Is it still good? I definitely think yes. I mean, first off, case finishing. You're getting a 39 millimeter case, which is a really good size for most people. I have a 7-inch wrist, so this is kind of about the smallest I like to go for a sports watch. I definitely wouldn't go any smaller, but when you're getting that smaller case, it's also thinner. This is, I think, just under 12 millimeters, like 11.8 or something like that. So thin case sitting close to the wrist is nice, especially if you want to use NATO straps, which is, I have it on one right now. And that's definitely how I prefer to wear this, on more sporty straps, rubber, NATO, sailcloth, that kind of stuff. And so the thinness really helps. The weight, I don't know how much this weighs, but it's not chunky. It's definitely less than like my Breitling Super Ocean I used to have. That's way bigger. Weighs a lot more. It's definitely weighs less than the 41 millimeter Metas Blackbay. So in terms of size, I really think it is a great size, probably going to fit most people's wrists very well. And of course, if a watch is not comfortable to wear, then you're just not going to want to wear it. So comfortability is definitely a top priority when you're looking at buying a new watch. Also, case finishing, there are some nice polished edges on this. Right on the lugs, you have a little polished area, which is nice. The crown feels great. You're getting that locking crown, of course, for that water resistance. You have one of the best bezel actions I've ever had on a dive watch. It feels amazing. All the clicks are perfect, and it does have a special click right at 12 o'clock, so you don't over twist it. It's unidirectional, of course, being that sort of diver bezel, and I love dive bezels. I actually use them for cooking quite a bit. Just to time different things is very, very helpful when grilling or whatever. So definitely nice there. In terms of movement, you're getting an amazing movement. It is an in-house Tudor design movement. You're getting 70 hours of power reserve, which is starting to kind of be a standard. You are seeing some brands get up to that point or a little bit over now, but before it seemed like 38, 45 hour movements were the standard, and 70 is really nice because you are getting a few days there where you just don't have to wind it, which again, it's ease of use, knowing you can just pull the watch right out of your box and put it right on. Having that extra power reserve is nice. Of course, it is COSC certified chronometer, so it's very, very accurate. A lot of watches in this price range still are not chronometer certified, which is crazy to me. I know maybe some people don't care about it, but for me, I like having my mechanical watches be very accurate, and just kind of the inner workings of the gears and everything. Timekeeping is very interesting to me, and just being able to have it be accurate, I think, is really good. And another reason why this watch just holds up well, I mean, the movement is rock solid. You can do whatever you want with this. It's got a silicone balance spring, so it's going to have anti-magnetic properties, which, a lot of the ETA and Sellita movements, you might have issues with magnets. Maybe or may not, but you don't have to worry about that with this, which is just, again, ease of use. Put it on, don't have to worry about it. That makes a great, great watch. And another thing that's huge is going to be the price on this. I think it's around $4,000 on the bracelet new, but look at these used. Look at pre-owned prices for these. They are, an incredible value. You're looking at around $2,500 or under for a pre-owned. And what value you're getting for that price. If you just look at brand new watches at that price, you're not getting anything close to this Tudor level, not in fit and finish, not in size dimensions, definitely not in movement. So I think the culmination of all those things does make this a great watch for 2024. For me, I wanted a watch that was, one, great on a multitude of straps, NATO straps, sailcloth straps, rubber straps if I want to go swimming with it. And it fits all these very well. I wanted a dive watch. I wanted that water resistance and the dive bezel. And I wanted something affordable, something I could bang around in the summer, something that wasn't breaking the bank. Yeah, a Rolex would be great, a Rolex Submariner, but if I'm wearing that, I'm going to be thinking about that all the time. I'm going to be thinking about, wow, can I wear this in a city? Am I going to get robbed? That's unfortunately, that's something we have to think about if we're going to some of these big cities. We've heard the stories. No one's going to want to take a Tudor. No, probably most people aren't going to know what a Tudor is unless they're a watch person. That's an advantage. And that's exactly what I wanted for a summer watch. I think it fits us perfectly. Now, if you're in the market for this kind of a watch, there are alternatives out there. You have some offerings from Oris, you have Monta, you have some micro brands, you're going to have, Omega Seamaster. That's, a little bit higher price range, but it's all in that sort of sport watch, dive watch category. What's going to make you choose this? Especially when Tudor's just come out with their new 41 millimeter Metas. You have the burgundy and you also have the monochrome black one. Why would you choose this? This has not been updated for several years. I just think the only real advantage of those, and I own the burgundy Metas and it's a great watch, but if it comes down to personal preference. For one, the 41 millimeter, it is bigger, it's thicker. Okay, and depending on your wrist size, that may not matter. For me, the Metas burgundy fits me just fine, but this is that little bit lighter. It's that little bit less noticeable on the wrist, which for an everyday watch, which I think this fits perfectly, definitely matters. As far as the Metas movement goes, yeah, it's a better movement. Having that Metas certification, you're getting that shock resistance, you're getting that extra magnetic resistance, and you're getting an even more accurate movement, which that stuff all matters to me. But I think when you're talking about, you can't really get those pre-owned right now. They're too new. Maybe you can find a burgundy one pre-owned. As far as I know, the monochrome black ones are still sort of hard to get, even at an AD. So you're going to pay top dollar for those. Not an exorbitant amount, still less than like an Omega Seamaster. But you're not going to get the same kind of value you're going to get on this model at all. Another downside people have with this watch is going to be on the bracelet. Now, I didn't buy the bracelet because my other watches pretty much all have bracelets. I didn't want that for this. So the bracelet doesn't matter to me, but people don't like the rivets. I've tried on the bracelet model. The rivets don't matter to me. I think they're kind of overblown. It doesn't make it wear less comfortable. I don't really think it looks bad either, but there are some options if you do want to have it on a bracelet. One, you could order a Tudor Ranger bracelet. This actually fits the Blackbay 58 perfectly. So that's something you can do, and you will get a T-fit clasp on that. That's probably what I'll end up doing if I do want to put this on a bracelet, but right now I'm not worried about it. You can get like Uncle Seiko bracelets. Those are pretty good. I've heard great things about them. So you have options for bracelets if you don't like the rivets, and that's what you're trying to go for. But honestly, I think you can't go wrong with NATO straps on here. I bought a ton of NATO straps. I bought a couple sailcloth straps, and I'm going to do probably just like a strap review video and use this watch as a test just to kind of give a review of some different straps. So if you guys are interested in that, please leave a like on this video, and I'll definitely try to get that video out soon. But anyway, those are some of the reasons why I think this Blackbay 58 is a great watch still in 2024, and I think it's a great add to your collection, especially as a nice summer casual watch. Let me know what you think about this watch down in the comments below. I do read all the comments, and I thank you for your support. Thanks so much for watching this video. I'll catch you in the next one.